Are you ready for an obligatory annual top 10 list? Let's get into it. Oh yeah. Hey everybody, Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard here. It's the end of the year, so time to talk about my top 10 favorite movies of the year. So a couple caveats, of course, to be on this list I have had to have seen the movie. I know, shocking. But yes, there are some movies, major releases this year I did not have a chance to see yet, so that may be why they're missing on this list. Also, remember, this is all opinion, so feel free to disagree with me. But these are my personal picks for my favorite top 10 movies of 2017. Alright, so not dicking around, let's get into it.
Number 10, John Wick, Chapter 2.
So I'm surprised that this one stayed on the list as long as it did, because it came out really early this year, but it was, a lot of really fun action. Built on what the first John Wick movie did, had some really cool scenes, and just some good, fun, solid action. Not a lot to it, but a lot of good time. Probably not it wasn't as surprising as the first one, because we were very surprised, with John Wick. No one expected anything from the first John Wick, and it turned out to be awesome. This time we kind of expected more, so I think that was why this one maybe didn't quite hold up as well as Chapter 1, but I'm curious to see what they do with this universe and where it goes, but I enjoyed this one a lot.
Or do you want to just give me a gun?
Number 9, The Disaster Artist.
So of course I am a fan of The Room midnight showings. I've known about The Room for many years, so it was kind of cool to see the behind the scenes, what happened from their view, and just some solid performances from the Franco brothers, and just a well-made movie about making movies, which is something I like to see, and just some good stuff. It's just a very fun, enjoyable movie, and a very good bromance.
Exactly like the real alleyway.
That's right.
Well, why don't we just shoot in the real alleyway?
Because it's a real Hollywood movie.
No, yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Number 8, Tragedy Girls.
So my favorite horror movie and my favorite comedy all wrapped into one of 2017, Tragedy Girls. I cannot suggest this enough to people. I came across this one as I was perusing some lower release, it's kind of smaller movies, and it surprised me so much. It's so funny, yet with some awesome gore, some good send-up of modern technology and modern sensibilities and things like that. It's so good. A very, very awesome movie. Very well done. Again, I cannot praise this movie enough. It is so good. So if you get a chance, check out Tragedy Girls. I can't wait to get it on DVD, but yes, Tragedy Girls is freaking awesome.
More to the left. His heart's more to the left. You're just hitting bone, dude. I'm trying.
Number 7, Power Rangers.
So I felt like people judged this movie a lot before they even went into it, if they even went into it at all. I think we're still feeling some blowback about how popular Power Rangers was in the mid-90s, because it blew up. And then of course whenever something blows up, there's the blowback of people hating it. And I think a lot of people didn't know, like, it's been going on for 21 years. It's had constant seasons. The Power Rangers has been going. To kind of come back, dial this back to the original 5 Teenagers with Attitude was really awesome. I felt Rita was done really well, and it was a great update but also a great love letter to the original series. I think it's just very well done. It's a lot of fun, and one of the best knocks on it, as well as a praise at the same time, is they spent way too much time in the Power Rangers movie developing characters, and that is something great. You did not expect to go into Power Rangers actually caring for these kids. You thought you were going to get some giant robots and some action, which you got, but you also got some heart. So yes, I love this Power Rangers movie. I really hope we get a sequel. I know it's kind of on the rocks at the moment, but if you haven't checked it out because it's Power Rangers, go ahead, check it out. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. It is great.
I will destroy everything.
She is pure evil.
Number 6, Thor, Ragnarok.
So I gave this movie quite a bit of flack for mostly relying too much on comedy. But in the end, this is a very good, fun movie with a great villain. Marvel has really stepped up their villain game in this year. Like, Hela is a fantastic villain. Cate Blanchett nails it in this movie. So that part I really enjoyed. There was a little too much comedy, but in the end, it's a really solid, fun movie and a great addition to the MCU. I can't wait to revisit it a few times, and maybe I'll kind of build it up a little bit more. But for me, it was good, but not the best Marvel movie. But it was good.
And you and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Well, it's true.
Number 5, Spider-Man, Homecoming.
Now the movie that balanced comedy and action a lot better. Spider-Man Homecoming freaking came out of nowhere and was awesome. Again, the Vulture, played by Michael Keaton, is so fucking scary. Like I said, Marvel has very much stepped up their villain game this year. And yeah, this movie is great. Just a fantastic cast and some great action, some shit your pants moments, a lot of tie-ins to this universe. It just was very well done. And if you ask me, each iteration of Spider-Man just gets better, and this is the best iteration of Spider-Man we've had so far. I can't wait to see more Tom Holland doing what Tom Holland does.
What's up, guys? Wait a minute. You guys aren't the real Avengers. I can tell Hulk gives it away.
Number 4, Logan.
So this was a great send-off to a character we've spent a lot of time with. You know, the X-Men movies came out in 2000, I think 2000, so we've had Wolverine for 17 years. Hugh Jackman's played him, 10 times or whatever? A bunch of times. And this is a great send-off to this version of Wolverine. I don't know if the Disney buyout of Fox will keep this version of X-Men alive, but I'm glad to see Logan go out where it did. Some great heartfelt moments that made it not just about the action and the gore, but giving it a lot of character. Now, the action and the gore was awesome as well. Some fantastic action moments. But yeah, I think I just felt it was a very good send-off to this character, and I absolutely love this Logan. This movie is right at the top of my favorite X-Men movies. I think Deadpool still nudges it out slightly, but it is like top the line X-Men.
Find a way.
Logan, you still have time.
Number 3, Atomic Blonde.
So the best straight-ahead action movie, as well as the best spy movie of the year, and probably my favorite spy movie now of all time, Atomic Blonde, was so good. Some of the action scenes are so fantastic. Charlize just kills it in this movie. She kills it in every movie. She is fantastic, but specifically in this movie, just kills it. Some fantastic action scenes, some twists and turns and craziness. You don't know what's going on, but it's all great. And for me, I'm not a big spy movie fan. It's not kind of my forte. But this one kills it. I absolutely loved it, as well as a kick-ass soundtrack. Yeah, Atomic Blonde is freaking awesome. I've seen it a bunch of times already, and I can't wait to see a bunch of freaking times again. Yeah.
Well, let me help you with your bags. Welcome to Berlin.
Fuck's sake.
Number 2, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
So yes, put your hate in the comments below, how much you hated Luke Skywalker and how much you hated the Porgs. But you know what? I freaking loved The Last Jedi. With all the subtext going on with it and all these themes running throughout it, it was just so good, with some great action scenes tied into it as well. And you know what? A little bit of trolling of the fans, which I kind of enjoyed. A little bit of, like, kind of poke you in the eye with your little theories going on. Not to spoil too much, but yeah, I thought that was actually, I enjoyed that a lot, to take all these theories everyone had and really turn them on their head. So yeah, I really like this movie. And I've seen it multiple times, and it holds up to multiple watches already. And yeah, I think it is my favorite Star Wars movie. Just so good, and I love it. I can't wait to see where Episode 9 goes from here.
I've seen this raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
Number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2.
So yes, my favorite movie of the year. I know not a lot of people like this much as the first one, but like I said, this is my personal taste list, and I found myself, especially this year, gravitating towards more movies with more depth and subtext and character development and things like that. And yes, I know that just sounded like I just disappeared up my own ass. I'm sorry. But that's kind of how I felt this year, and I felt this is probably one of the deeper Marvel movies ever made. Not only with the parallels with fatherhood, but also just the themes of family throughout it. And, you know, the sister dynamic between Gamora and Nebula, and Rocket kind of being the outsider of the family, but wanting to come in and not knowing how to do that. And just, again, and also the father stuff, like I mentioned, is great. So I felt this one just had so much great subtext to it, and in the end gave me the biggest emotional response out of every movie this year, and that's why it hit the top. This movie you can't get through without crying, and I think that's a sign of a great movie. James Gunn just kills it with this movie, and yeah, it is absolutely my number one, no regrets. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Try again.
I am Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I'm Groot.
No!
So that was my top 10 list of 2017. I'm not going to do a top 10 worst list, mostly because when I was making this list, I actually did rank every single movie I saw this year, and so you'd think I could just take the bottom 10 and do a list, but looking at that list, there's some on there that really aren't bad. They're just movies. They came and I, saw them, didn't hate them, but they were just movies. So I'd feel like it'd be unfair to say they're the worst movie of the year type thing. But what I will say, in no particular order, the 3 worst movies of the year: Transformers: The Last Knight, Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, and Justice League. Those are the 3 worst movies of the year, no doubt. But yeah. So let me know what your favorite movies were in the comments below, and hit the thumbs up if you agreed with me on this list at any point. Or if you disagreed, hit the thumbs up anyways. I need some more thumbs up in my life, okay guys? But anyways, I'm Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard. I'll see you guys next year.